In Michael Lewis's book, The Fifth Risk, he interviews a bunch of government employees and asks them, what do you do and why is it important? One of the guys Michael Lewis talked to is called John McWilliams, and he was the chief risk officer of the Department of Energy under Barack Obama. He looks at all the things that can go wrong and he says, how do we prevent them? Now, a lot of people will say like, oh, the government's so bloated, it spends all this money, and I agree with that, but the problem is, how do you tell the difference between something that's important and something that's unimportant? The cover of The Fifth Risk is a giant Jenga tower, and I think that's a good metaphor because, in a Jenga tower you can get rid of most of the blocks and it's fine, but if you get rid of the wrong block, it all comes crashing down. This book did kind of change my view of how the government works a little bit. Trump's strategy was to put people in charge of government departments who didn't want that government department to do what it did. My view is that the government is super corrupt and people in there, they're not doing their jobs well and does all this stuff that it doesn't need to do, which I still think is true to some extent, but now I also think that a lot of people in the government are well-meaning and they're really trying to do their jobs well. They're really trying to make the world a better place.